Hi everyone, Leanna and I are going to teach you all how to use a virtual play therapy room. Leanna is going to play the role of the client and I'm going to play the role of the therapist. And we're going to show you a couple of possibilities of how to navigate a virtual play space. Hi Leanna, welcome back today. It's so nice to see you again.
Hi.
Hi. So I made something new for us today that I thought might be fun for us to try out.
Okay.
I know it's been a little bit since we've seen each other in person, and I know you really liked playing in our play space. It might be really fun for us to try to enter a play space online together. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you the new play space, and maybe we can explore it a bit today.
Okay.
So the first thing that you do as a therapist is you screen share. Various platforms have various capabilities. So we are using Zoom for our demonstration. I'm going to click the screen share button, and you can either share your whole desktop or you can just share a particular screen. It is helpful for us to be able to still see each other in the virtual space. Different teletherapy platforms have different capabilities. Sometimes the screen share takes over the entire page where you're not able to see the other person. In that instance, I will minimize the screens where I have one screen open from the teletherapy platform where I can see my client, and the other side of the screen is a separate tab that is the website and the game, so I can see together. For the purpose of this example, we are using Zoom. In Zoom, you are able to see the participants in your meeting on the side of your screen. So what I will do is make sure that I can see her at least, and maybe I can see myself if that is something that I prefer as a therapist. I will also make sure that she can see me in the space. So I just shared my screen. And then I'm going to go to View, Present. And then Leanna should be able to see the whole playroom on the screen.
I do, and it looks so cool.
So I choose Present first so I can show my client the entire space. Once we navigate a variety of different interventions through the playroom, then I might take it off of the Present mode, but I like to start here to show my client the playroom. And then ultimately, once I click on a variety of the interventions, which you'll see in a moment, it will take us to other sites. And it's easiest to start off this way, but you will likely navigate between the present mode and the regular screen. So the first thing we're going to do, Leanna, I'm going to click on our new virtual playroom. And we have a variety of different things that we can try. Before we get into exploring this play space, I want to see how you're doing. So we're going to go here, and I want you to tell me how you feel today.
I feel happy because I get to see you again.
So after you click on one of the icons, it either is going to take you to a website or it's going to take you to another slide. It depends on how you set up your play space. If it goes to another slide, which this one is another slide, I will go down here and I'll go back to slide 2. I know in my mind that slide 2 is the tablet. So we're going back to the tablet. Leanna, I would like for you to choose whatever you would like to do. We can explore any of the toys on here so you can get to know some of what we have to offer. It's completely up to you. What would you like to choose to start off with today?
Wow, there's lots of cool stuff to choose from. How about, is this the game Connect 4?
This one right here?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's play Connect 4.
So for this one, I'm going to send you a link in the chat box. Are you familiar with where the little chat box is in our platform that we're talking on here?
No.
Okay, so at the very bottom, if you move your mouse around,
Oh yeah, yep.
you'd see a little, it's little text box. It's kind of like a square.
Yeah, I got it. I'm
Okay, great. So I'm gonna get a link for you and we're gonna come to this space together.
okay.
So with this particular website, you can play with a friend and it gives a random link where just you and whoever you want to invite will enter that space. Just be sure any discussions that you have in the therapy space remain in the HIPAA compliant teletherapy platform. Do not have any discussions in any outside games. So I'm going to copy this link. I'm actually going to stop screen sharing for a moment, just so the child does not see my screen. Some of the games, let's say Battleship, for example, you won't want the client to see your screen. I'll go to the chat box and then I will paste the link in the box. And then Leanna should have it on her end. So I just sent the link, Leanna. Do you see it there?
I do.
Great. Click on that link. It's going to take you to another website.
Yeah, I see Connect 4 now.
Great. And then you can join the game.
Do I click play?
Yes, you click play.
And I'm going to give my name. I'll put my name and click play now.
Sometimes navigating the play space is just figuring it out, especially in the beginning when we're trying to learn the platform, learn the space with clients. I find that it's synonymous with a client figuring out the traditional play space, the in-person play space. It takes some exploring, it takes some getting used to, and on a virtual platform, it just may take some figuring out.
It's fun.
It is.
I'm going to block you.
Oh.
Oh, you won! Good game. See, I'm a kid who has good manners, good sportsmanship skills. Good game, Rachel.
Good game. After I exit out of a game, I will come back to the playroom and then I will present the playroom again so that when we go to click on another link, it will take us where we need to go.
Oh, can we play basketball?
Yeah. So for this game, only one person can play at a time. I'm going to copy this link and I'm going to send it to you. So I just sent the link in the chat box for you. Let me know if you can see it.
Okay, I clicked on it and now I see the basketball.
So I'm going to stop screen sharing, and that should give my client the ability to screen share. Sometimes you have to change the permissions to allow your client to screen share.
Okay, and I guess I'm going to click on Let's Go.
Yes, and I can see it.
All right, cool. And now, so how do I actually play this game, Rachel?
So You are right on the basketball. You take your mouse and you drag forward, kind of like you're shooting at the hoop. There you go.
Score!
Yeah.
Score again!
Wow.
All right, that's fun.
Then what you do is you stop screen sharing and then you would close out of that link. So then what I'm going to do is screen share again to take us back to the playroom.
All right. So do I get to choose something else to play?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this the game Trouble?
This one right here?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's play that. That's one of my favorite games.
And this actually takes us to another slide in the presentation. We're going to share this with our client in a different way. I'm going to exit out of this present mode. You can either choose to share your entire playroom with your client, or you can share just a select slide. For the purposes of this example, I'm just going to share one select slide with my client. So I'm going to go to File, make a copy of Select Slides. You can rename it if you want. And now it opens up another tab on my end with just this particular game. In order to share it with the client, we're going to go to Share. We're going to change these permissions to anyone with the link. And we're going to give editor access. Now, the client doesn't see this on their end yet. Then we copy this link and we send this in the chat box. So I'm going to send you a link to a slide where we're going to be able to play the game together.
Okay.
So I just sent it in the chat box. And on my end, I can see this little animal that just popped up. It's an anonymous animal. And it shows me that my client is in this space with me. Another important thing for us to know, Leanna, is that there is dice that we can roll online. So if you click on that little dice, the little classroom dice pops up. You can click on the name classroom dice and it opens up another link with a dice that we can roll.
Okay.
Let me know when you have that open.
Yeah, I clicked 2.
Okay, so just for the purposes of the game, we're not going to necessarily follow the rules where you have to get a 1 or 6 to get out. We just want to show the example. So we're going to pretend that that allowed her to get out. Go back to copy of the Trouble game tab, and it'll bring you right back to the game. So the client chooses whatever color they want, and then you can grab one of your pieces and move it onto the Trouble board.
So I'll choose yellow.
Okay, so you can see, yep, there you go. And as you can see on my end, the client can't see this, but there's a little highlight box over the piece. You can see which piece she's touching right now. And then you can drag that piece with your cursor to the board. And now on our end, we can see that she just moved that piece.
Okay.
And then on my end, I'm gonna roll the dice. And I got a 6. So I'm going to go back to the copy of the Trouble game. I'll be blue. I'll get out and then I'll go again, because with 6 you go again. So I just click the dice and it's a 3. And then I move it 3. 1, 2, 3. And on my client's end, they should be able to see what we saw on our end. So they should see the piece move.
When the opponent is clicking the dice, they can't actually see what you rolled. So you're trusting the client that they are saying what they actually rolled?
Yeah.
Okay. And I rolled a 6. So I'm gonna move my piece 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So then after we are done with this game, then if you made the copy of just the game, you can actually just close out of that game. You can close out of the dice and it'll take you right back to your original playroom.
Okay.
And then depending on time, of course, with your session, you are able to rejoin the virtual play space again, and your client can continue to choose what they would like to play, or you would just end the session at that point in time. I do want to make a note. It is important that you make copies of your play space and then delete those copies once you are done the session. Once a client has a link, they can access that link whenever. We don't want all of our clients entering the same space. You might not want your client entering a particular game or the playroom outside of sessions. So creating a copy of your playroom at the start of each session would likely be best.
When you do that, and I assume then you're going to have lots of different copies.
Mm-hmm.
You name it, copy, and then let's say put the client's initials, so you know that, okay, so this version of my playroom is for this client.
Yes, you can do that. If you want to keep the same copy week after week and have the client use that same copy, then it might be helpful to do that. Once I finish with a session, I will actually just go to File and then move to Trash.
Okay.
And get rid of the presentation altogether. I keep my original virtual playroom as my go-to each day, but then I will make a copy of the entire presentation each time that I am meeting with a client. So every time it's a unique link sent to each of my clients.
Okay.
Some of the interventions in this playroom will take you to another slide that signifies that I need to open another app. When I am in a session with a client, I will go on my iPad, I will join the teletherapy platform from my iPad. The platform that I use does have an app. I will enter the meeting code, I join the session, so I'm really in there twice. I will then exit out from my computer, because that's usually how I do teletherapy, is on my laptop. And then I will be in my tablet instead of my computer. So I then can screen share my tablet, and any apps that I want a client to see, they will be able to see it from my tablet. But some of these apps I'm not able to use from my computer. So if you do not want to transition between devices, then it would be best to find interventions that are strictly for access on a laptop. Apps can only be accessed on smart devices. So if you're not using a smart device, or you don't have a smart device for therapy, you likely will not want to add those apps to your playroom.